welcome to Murder.
And everything else.
My name is Joy.
And my name is Cheryl. And Joy and I are two old friends who are going to talk about murder and everything else. Excuse me. Today is for sure everything else. Yay!
Clear it out, girlfriend. Clear it out. Oh my gosh, you guys. It is phlegm sitting over here. Speaking of weird words, phlegm is one of those weird words because the way it's spelled is so it just looks awful. And it's, the sound of the word is kind of yuck.
Mm-hmm.
What kind of words do you think are spelled like they sound, just and indicate something yuck? I was thinking about this the other day, and I will also say that the word smegma sounds gross, and it's just gross. Yeah. Isn't that funny?
Yeah.
Pus. The word pus is another one. And
that
by the way,
is. Yes.
I have a question. when you say that it was pussy, how do you spell that?
Oh, don't even try to get me to say it.
But seriously, how do you spell it?
Pussie.
That's pussy. Would it be P-U-S-Y? Pussy?
I don't know. Let's look it up.
We should ask a doctor. Next time I go to the doctor, I'm going to ask, if you have to write on the chart, her wound was swollen and pussy.
You know what? You avoid it altogether and you put her wound was full of pus. See? Bam.
Oh, yeah.
Boom, shakalaka. Let me see this. Pus.
Oh, you're looking it up. You really are looking it up.
Full of pus. Does pus have a smell? That is so disgusting. Ew. Let's move off of this.
Anyway, guys.
And then I just got Pornhub, so we're gonna come off. We're gonna get off of that.
It's not that kind of a podcast, people. Not that kind of a podcast.
You know what?
Quick reminder, though, that this is not for kids.
Yes, that's a good segue. Good segue. Right. Never for kids.
Speaking of segues, have you ever ridden on a Segway?
You know what? I don't think I have. Have you?
No, they just look so douchey.
They look fun, but
I don't think they look fun.
Really?
I think they look stupid. I feel like they look so lame. First of all, they don't go that fast. And second of all, what's wrong? You can't walk? I don't know. I would rather take a scooter or something.
Well, if you ask me, no, I can't walk. So it would be really, really helpful for me to have one of those. But I mean, how fast do you want it to go? It would probably be very dangerous for it to go too fast. It's a lot faster than walking, and it's probably pretty fun.
I don't know. Stuff like that's really overrated to me.
Is a Segway? I know that a long time ago.
You also have to wear a helmet on those Segways. So they're not going very fast, and you're wearing a helmet, which makes you look like you're gonna fall off and break something. It's so weird.
Well, you have to protect your noggin. But before, I know they had the handle, right? They had a post with a thing, and now I see my neighbors with the hoverboard type where you don't have anything to hold onto.
Oh yeah, we had one of those.
Is that called a Segway as well, or is that
no? That's just called I don't know. Dangerous. I don't know what it's called. I think it's called a hoverboard, because we got one of those for Fiona for Christmas one year, and she used it a lot. And then we had it was Francoise and her family came to visit. And their little daughter was maybe 8 at the time. And I'm not kidding you. She zipped around the house like a crazy person on it. Just zoom, 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 zoom. And if it would have fit in their suitcase, I would have.
You would have given it to them.
Oh yeah, I would have sent that home with them, but unfortunately, it did not fit in her suitcase. And I looked up how much it would cost to ship it, and I was like, they might as well buy that child a new one.
So did
So
Fiona
we
use
gave
it
it away.
in the house?
Yeah, she used it inside and outside the house, like on the walkway and down the driveway and stuff.
Oh,
It
okay.
was great fun.
Well, why did she stop using it?
Um, I don't know. I guess she just outgrew it.
I was going to say you can't outgrow it because the neighbor is a full-grown
No,
man.
no, she didn't outgrow it size-wise. She
No, no,
outgrew
no,
it
no. Like I just got
mentally.
tired of it
Yeah.
because the neighbor is a full-grown adult and his son, they use one. They go zipping
Oh,
around
wow.
and just hope one day they don't zip around right into a car. But
Exactly.
okay, so yes,
Well,
this is not for kids.
do you want to take us into your highs and lows?
Well, Joy, the last couple of recordings, I had a low already set to go. Hey, I'm a poet and didn't even know it.
Right.
And something happens at the last minute spontaneously that supersedes my previously planned low. So you were talking about words that sound disgusting and are disgusting. If anyone is squeamish about regurgitating food that you've already eaten, please skip ahead 30 seconds because I'm about to tell you what happened to me last night. I don't know what happened, but I ate something, and not saying that Kevin had anything to do with this, but he made me. I'm just saying the timing was suspicious because I was fine all day and I didn't eat anything like out of the ordinary. I didn't eat anything from outside. And he made me a grilled cheese sandwich and I ate half of it. And then this story just keeps getting worse. So then I stood up to do something and I caught Bodhi drinking from one of our toilets and my stomach turned because we all know I have a problem with toilets and roaches. So after that, I just felt like hurling. And then for the next 20 minutes, I was, how you try to will it down? I'm like, just breathing, but that feeling is
Yeah.
right there. And then I won't go into the gory details. Just suffice it to say, I had to take a shower afterwards. And I am completely mortified because I haven't vomited. Oh, the word is vomit. And the password is I haven't vomited like that for seriously 14 years ago. I got serious food poisoning from a McDonald's fish fillet. Serves me right, I know. But yeah, so it was quite horrific. So that's my low. I don't even remember what my other low was going to be because that's pretty
That
low.
one wins, right?
Wow, it's so horrible to throw up. It's just the worst. Oh
Oh,
my
it's the
God.
worst. And as you get older, it's even worse. Oh,
Oh my God. On top of that, and now we've discovered that Bodhi drinks from the toilet. So I always keep
oh,
I always keep the toilet seat down, but we have two bathrooms and Kevin is now going to have to train himself to keep the other one down because that
right.
grossed me out.
Well, maybe
Anywho,
was there water in his bowl? Because
yeah,
sometimes when the
no,
water in our bowl runs low,
no.
the dogs are forced to go into the bathroom.
No, Joy, I have three bowls all over the house. Three.
Oh,
And I am obsessed. I'm OCD about their water. It has to be full at all times. It's this thing. When I see it going down, I fill it up. So it's not that. I'm sure it's tasty to him, that toilet bowl water. I'm
no.
gonna move off of this right now before I throw up again. My high is that, yes, you all saw from the title of this episode that it's my birthday. It's
It's
my
your
birthday. It's my
birthday.
birthday. Yeah, it's my birthday. Anyway, so like it's like a celebration week. You know how they say you should like spend the month or the week celebrating. So I got all these things
Yes.
planned. And my high is that um I already told you that I'm trying to cut down on gift exchanges because I think it's gotten out of hand, especially for Christmas. So I reached out to all my loved ones, friends and family, and said, number one, I can't afford it this year because I got surgery coming up. But also, I wanted to move away from it and see what it's like. Next year I'll probably be like, oh, I miss doing it. But I really, really wanted to move away from it. And it's
Right.
not just Christmas, but every special holiday. So my friend in California, my best friend in California, Priscilla Gorilla, she gave herself that name, by the way. I told her that when my mom was alive and her best friend was alive, they used to not exchange gifts and they used to get together for lunch or dinner and they'd go to their favorite restaurant. And usually it was Tony Roma's and they would get ribs, which is just the cutest thing ever. And
Aw.
that's what they would do. They would celebrate each other's time, presence, not presents, but presence,
Right.
of being with each other. And, I'm
Right.
sure occasionally, if they saw, because they do remember, I don't know if it was my mom's friend that got it for her or my mom that got it for her friend, but they saw something that was just like, they had to get it for the other person, so
Right. Spontaneous.
yeah, but not, so when I
Not
told,
not an obligation.
exactly. So when I mentioned this to Priscilla, she's like, "That's a great idea. Let's have Zoom for your birth. Let's have lunch for your birthday." And she lives in California, like I just said. I'm in Arizona. So she goes, "Let's have a Zoom lunch." So we are going
Oh,
to do that. She goes, "That's perfect," because she goes, "I was struggling with what to get for your birthday." And her birthday is a month late. Hers is in September. So we're going to start this new tradition. We already planned our menu. We're going to get Thai food. Anyway, it's going to be fun. I'll
oh, I
report back
love
after.
it. I love it. I
Yeah,
love it. I love it.
yeah.
That
So
is
that's my
actually a
high.
really good idea.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
Kevin's family is very into having an occasional Zoom call with everyone, which is kind of hard sometimes because you have a
It's
lot of people.
cute.
But they're so close. It's just so amazing to see them all in the same text and just reminiscing about good times and stuff. Anyway,
Yeah.
so that's my high, is that my friend and I are going to start a new tradition
I
of,
like that.
yeah, I do too. I really do. Because we're planning it and it's all, she's like, I'm going to wear a birthday hat. I have a surprise for her with what I'm going to wear. And no, it's not my birthday suit. I don't want to traumatize her.
Uh-huh.
But anyway, yeah, so it's fun, So
That's
yeah,
awesome.
that is my high. And
I
what's your,
like that.
I know, it's pretty cool.
Well, let's see. So my high, I'm going to start with my high.
Okay.
So I was sick, so I got to watch a lot of like shows and catch up on some documentaries. And for whatever reason, I went to, I think, Amazon Prime and you go and scroll through all the movies. I wanted to watch something older, like a period piece or whatever. But
Shocking.
I know, but also maybe a classic, something from the 50s or the 60s. But instead, I clicked on Raise the Red Lantern. It was a film made in 1991 by Zhang Yimou. He did one of your top 5 foreign films. Um Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, wasn't that it?
No, I think it was House of Flying
Oh,
Daggers.
sorry, House
Yeah,
of Flying Daggers.
yeah.
And this movie stars Gong Li, and it is amazing. It's set in the 1920s. It's about a young woman who leaves university because her father died. Um and her stepmother forces her to become the fourth wife of a wealthy man during the warlord era in China. It was shot in the Qiao family compound near the ancient city of Pingyao in the Shaanxi province. And I have to tell you, if this place really exists, which it sounds like it does, I don't know. I've never really been overwhelmed by just how much just how this place is like sealed in history. It
Hmm.
looks exactly what it would have looked like, in the 1920s. And it's so beautiful. This actress, Gong Li, she can make 1,000 expressions with just one look. And the film is so well done, so well done. And even in my stupor, I was like blown away by this movie. And I couldn't remember. I I thought for sure I would have seen this movie, but through the whole movie, I never got that feeling like, oh, I remember what happens next. Not once. So I
Yeah.
must have never seen this film. And, like I've seen Empire of the Sun and I've seen, uh, you know, um, Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon and House of Flying Daggers and, a lot of the like, um, really, the period piece films that are very stylistic that made their way from China to, from mainland China to the United States. But I never saw this one, and I've seen it, um, I've seen imagery from it, but I've never
Hmm.
seen the actual film. So anyway, if you have not seen it, you should go and see this movie, or you should rent it, or you should stream it, or steal it, or I don't know, wherever, whatever you
um,
can do, get your little paws on it and watch it. It's very, very good. Um,
I think I've seen it, but you know what I do? I will scroll through looking for something and I'll be like, oh, this looks really good. And then three-quarters of the way through, I'll be like, I saw this.
Yeah, it's the kind of film that I could watch again
Yeah.
because there's so much beautiful imagery and the attention to detail. And when I watch period pieces, that is the thing that is I find so captivating is how much attention has been paid to set detail and design and costume design and detail that you don't bel it's like you're not in 2023. You
Hmm.
feel like you're in the 1800s or the 1700s or the 1900s, I really love that. I mean, you can taste the tea that's being poured and you can smell the dust from the horses, and anyway, it's just so amazing.
Yeah.
Anyway, my
I'm gonna have to
low,
watch it again.
yeah, yeah, it's so good. My low is that I went today and ran this morning. I was given the all clear for like not having a fever, etc. Had a little energy this morning, ran just two short errands. One, I didn't have to leave the car. I could sit in the car, and that's why I ran these two errands. The other one was dropping off dry cleaning and picking up dry cleaning, so that was very easy. Just pull up to the curb and walk in. But I knew I didn't have a ton of energy, so I wanted to kind of take things slow. But while I was out, I was like, oh, I'm gonna get a salad from this store that I'm going to not shout out
Who
the
shall
name.
remain
Yeah,
nameless.
exactly. I'm not kidding you. I went in
Uh-oh.
there and I made a salad. And when I got home, maybe because of whatever, I wasn't paying that close attention, but everything in there, you could tell the salad had sat out all
Ugh.
night long. It was so disgusting. Everything was mushy
Oh.
or it was brown.
Oh, you didn't
Yeah,
see that there?
I don't know what was up. All I remember is when I got home, there was only like 4 things in my salad, and normally when I go get a salad from
Uh-huh.
a salad bar, it's got, like, everything in there, you
Right. That's
know?
why you go. Yeah.
Right? Because I wanted something healthy that was fresh, that had lots of crunchy vegetables. No, and it was mushy, and guess what? I'm not going back there to get a salad ever again, and I used to go there at least once every couple weeks to get a good salad.
Well,
So,
but this was the
there.
first time that they was poor quality. If you,
Um, I have to say that I've noticed it's gotten worse and
it's
worse
going
over the
down.
last
Okay.
couple,
All right.
yeah.
Because I was gonna say,
So
maybe they're having an off
I'm
day.
I'm really disappointed though, because like if you're getting a good salad, it's like I mean, if all you have is romaine lettuce or iceberg lettuce and tomatoes, then put those out. But put them out fresh every day.
Yeah.
Don't put them out on Sunday morning and then leave them until Monday afternoon.
Yeah, gross. Joy, do you
That's
remember that
nasty.
place in Oregon? So we all
Oh,
know
yeah.
that
Where they
Joy and I
made the
met in
big
Oregon.
salads.
We used to go to
Oh.
lunch at the food court at this mall that was near where we worked. And
Pioneer Place. Pioneer
huh?
Place. Pioneer Place.
Oh, is that the name of the? I would never
The
remember.
mall in
And I,
downtown Portland.
yeah, no, wasn't the salad place called California something? I can feel
Yeah,
like California.
California Crisp.
Ah, look at her. And you win the $200,000 prize.
Woohoo!
But what you would do is you'd go down the line. They get that big silver steel bowl, and then you'd go down the line, and pick out all of the ingredients that you want, and then they
Yep.
pick everything in the dressing, and then they would toss it. And it
Oh,
was
so
so
good.
good.
So
Oh,
good.
I wish there was a place like that here. I haven't, you know what? I have never seen
There
a
is
place
a
like that since then.
there is a place here called Chopped. It's spelled Chopt, Chopped. And I've heard that they make good salads, but I've heard they're also really expensive. I have to tell you my favorite go-to. There's two places I love for salad bar, and I love salad bar. One is Whole Foods. I love their salad bar where you
Mm,
build your own and you because they have so many different kinds of they have mixed salads already, like orzo spinach salad
mm-hmm,
and feta red olive Greek salad, and they have bacon and broccoli salad, and they'll have like 5 or 10 of those already, and then they'll have just the ingredients, but I love that they have raw beets. I
mm-hmm,
love raw beets in my salad. I love they have
mm-hmm.
always fresh edamame because I love that in my salad. I love they have, um, garbanzo beans. I love that myself, but the other one I love is the other end of the spectrum called Ruby Tuesdays. It's a total, like, greasy spoon, kinda mom and pop IHOP style place,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
and they have the kind of old school salad bar that you would get when you would get pizza. Remember when you go to the pizza place and they'd always have salad bar and you could get salad bar and pizza?
Yeah, yeah. Which
Oh,
is the best combination ever.
it's the best. And they have the old school, like, bins where you dip out the dressing with the scoopers with the really thick ranch that's so good. Oh,
Uh-huh.
man.
Ranch
They
is my
have the
favorite.
croutons, the super salty croutons. They have the sesame seeds. It's no, the what are the other seeds? The not the
Sunflower. Sunflower.
sunflower,
Yeah, yeah.
sunflower.
Because
So good.
there's a pizza place called Toppers, and I didn't know that it was family owned, and it's in only, I think, certain locations of Ventura County, so in California. But they have an incredible salad
Mm.
bar. And one of the things I love that they put out, they have all the stuff that you just mentioned, except for edamame. But they put out jicama, and I love
Ooh,
jicama in a salad. I just
oh
love it. You want to
yeah.
talk about crunchy stuff?
I
Mm.
don't like it. It to me it's like you're eating styrofoam.
No, no. Anybody who is on the jicama train, please write us at murder and everything else at gmail.com. But everyone, please, we will be so excited. You don't even understand. Besides Dave, thank you, Dave. Thank you, Dave. But someone please email us? We're not even sure this thing is working.
I know, right? Um anyway, yeah. I wonder why they call it toppers. I'm gonna start a noodle bar, call it bottomers.
Oh God.
Just maybe because of the pizza toppers. Then why wouldn't they call it
That
toppings?
I, I don't know. We would have to interview the owners of Toppers. They just, all I know is they have really good pizza and a really good salad bar. Although it's kind of gross to have food out. It really is, because people are disgusting.
Oh yeah.
So who
Especially me
knows
right
what they
now with all
do?
my coughing and sneezing. But
You
you know
know,
what? When I
Ariana
come
Grande
when
licking the donut, huh?
when I come to visit you, we're going to Toppers.
No, this was in California. We
Oh
can drive to
God.
California.
Yeah,
I
let's drive to
know.
California and go to Toppers.
Yeah.
Bummer.
But that is,
Well,
I made sure I went there. I went there. Yep. Actually, I got it for Priscilla was coming over to my Airbnb, and I went and got toppers and a salad for us.
Yum.
Yeah. Anyway.
Nice. Anyway, this is giveaway week 4, guys.
Giveaway week 4.
Yeah. And guess what I'm going to do on your birthday? I'm going to go over the terms and conditions, and then Cheryl's going to read our trivia question.
Hey, it's what I was wishing for.
Yeah, here's how to win. Listen to our weekly trivia question right here on our podcast, guys. And then here's how you can win. You can go to Instagram and you can like our post because I'm posting weekly about our giveaway. You can tag 3 friends, answer the trivia question correctly on Instagram, or be the first person to email us at murderandeverythingelse@gmail.com with the answer. And if you're the first person, you are the winner. You have 1 week to get the right answer in. You can answer as many times as you like, but the first correct answer wins. We will shout out the winner right here on our podcast.
Don't you want your name shouted out on our podcast?
Don't you wish your name was shouted out right here? If you win once or already have the prize we are giving away, you are not eligible to enter again. If you want to win so you can give the prize to someone else, tell somebody else to enter and like and subscribe so that they can win. Good luck, and may the best listener win. Allow 2 to 4 weeks for the item to arrive. And bonus, once you get your giveaway item, take a photograph with it and post it to our Instagram or our Facebook, or just email it to us, or post it on your Instagram so that we can all see your prize.
Yay!
All right. Take it away, Cheryl.
All right. Yes, this is so exciting. Okay, this is trivia question number 4, everybody. This comes from Casey Anthony documentary part 2, which was published on February 5th of this year, 2023. And the question is, where was Cheryl, that's me, when she listened to the entire trial? Again, the question is, where was Cheryl when she listened to the entire Casey Anthony trial? Good luck!
Good luck!
Oh,
Godspeed!
One and all!
Godspeed! To one and all! Watch us get 70, 80 responses, and we'll have to filter through them, get the right answer, look at the timestamps.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Well, everything can be traced digitally. So, what if it's by a second? If it's by a second, it's by a second.
That's right.
Oh no, it doesn't show a timestamp of a second. Well, we will cross that bridge when we come to it, if 2 people send it in at the exact time.
That's right. And if only one person sends in the right answer ever, they'll win. So there. All right. So guys, here's what we're doing today because it's Cheryl's birthday.
It's my birthday.
Okay. It's her birthday. Get crazy. It's her birthday. Yeah. Anyway, because it's Cheryl's birthday, what I did was I did a little digging and I looked online for interesting, important, and landmark events that happened on this day throughout time.
Woo-hoo!
So,
you mean important and interesting other than the birth of me? Okay.
So anyway, I'm going to go through and read. Now, first of all, there's a gazillion things that happened.
How far back are we going in time? BC?
Well, the first one is 257.
Oh, whoa.
Yeah. Isn't that interesting?
Yeah. What was going on back then? But they didn't have Amazon.
I know, right? By the way, did you know that BC, before Christ, and
Uh-huh.
AD, Anno Domini, which is medieval Latin for in the year of our Lord, are no longer used?
No, I don't know
Yeah,
where I would I don't know why I would have known that. But I also don't watch the
yeah.
news anymore.
So they use BCE, which is before Common Era. I mean, or BC or BC is now used BCE. So I think
Okay.
that's kind of cool.
And what about AD?
Oh, I think we still use AD. I
Okay.
don't know. Oh no,
Just in
it's
case
called,
I'm ever on a
sorry,
trivia.
AD is now called CE. So it's before Common Era and Common Era.
Oh,
Isn't
okay.
that interesting? So the first date is 257, which would have previously, when like Cheryl and I were in school, would have been AD 257,
Hmm.
but now it's CE 257.
Okay.
Saint Stephen the First death ends his reign as Catholic Pope. So that's one thing that happened on this day
All
many years
right.
ago. The next one
Shout
jumps
out to
up
Saint
to
Steve.
yeah. Next, I want to know who kept track of that.
I
You
know,
know,
right? This is probably okay. Go ahead.
the next one jumps up from 257 to 1100 CE.
Okay.
King William II of England, his name was William Rufus, was killed by an arrow shot by Sir Walter Tyrrell while hunting in the New Forest.
Oh, was that an accident? Was he not wearing his orange vest that you're
I
supposed
don't
to wear when
know.
you're out in the forest?
I don't think so. He probably was wearing like a furry vest and he looked like a deer running through the forest. And Sir Walter
Listen, people,
Tyrrell was like, I'm going to kill that guy.
everyone, let this be a cautionary tale. When you are out in the forest, do not
Yeah,
wear your fur coat. It
yeah,
is highly unlikely that you'll come out of there unscathed.
exactly. So the next
Aw.
one, we jump up from 1100 CE to 1542 CE. So now we're in the Middle Ages. The French troops leave Flanders.
What's Flanders?
Flanders is a city.
Okay.
But isn't that exciting? So many things happening on this day.
But they don't know what's yet to come in the year that I'm born. Okay, go ahead.
I know, right? Okay, from the Middle Ages, we jump up to 1776. I bet you already knew this. The formal signing of the United States Declaration of Independence by 56 people, the date of most accepted by modern historians, happened on your birthday.
No way.
Shut the front door.
Are you serious?
Yeah, girl. You need to pat yourself on the back. You
Well,
share
I
some
did
you
that.
you
I
did
did
that.
that.
That's right. You did
No,
that.
I never knew that. Well, it
Yep.
says date most accepted by it says date most accepted by
Oh,
modern
good a
historians.
flying
But you know
hootenannies.
what? That's the date most accepted, so I'll
Right,
take
that's
it.
right. I
I'll
accept
take
it.
it. Yeah, wow, it was a foreshadowing of how important this day is when I'm born. Um, that is incredible. I did not know that. Wow.
Yeah.
Hey.
Isn't that exciting?
Yes, that's very exciting.
I just need to warn my friend Francoise, please turn off your French pronunciation now because I remember your feedback from the foreign film that you told us that Cheryl was making your ears bleed. So the
I
next,
gave a warning.
yeah,
I gave
that's
a warning.
right. So the next date that happened, something exciting that happened on your birthday is in 1819, the very first parachute jump in the United States was made by Frenchman Louis Charles Gilles over Jersey City. How exciting is that? First
Wow.
ever. 18, 19. So I ask you, because people have asked me, like I have a child that has been dying to turn 18 so they could go skydiving.
Skydiving?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And people have asked me if I would ever do that. We've only been doing this for like a little over 200 years. What makes you think it's safe?
And you have to wonder, so it's the first parachute jump in the US, but I wonder when it was first invented and who was the
I know,
fool who
right?
was about to test that out.
I know,
I
it's
wonder
like,
if the first
oh
person that
God.
tested it was still alive after he
I know.
landed.
Remember when you were a kid, you had those things called Poopa Troopers, and they were little plastic like military men, and
Yes.
they had
Yes.
little strings like dental
Yes.
floss tied to a little parachute, and you would wrap it up and throw it up
Threw
as
it
high as
up
you
over
could.
the,
Yeah,
yeah.
I couldn't even get those things to deploy when I was 6. Why would I try to do it? I can't even.
I
I
have
can't even.
no desire to do that. I have no desire.
Yeah.
Oh, but your dog, somebody, you said your kid wants to do it?
Yep.
And you said when they're 18, they can do whatever, right?
Well, I mean, they have to
Within
pay
reason.
for it. They have to source where they're going to do it, But
I, oh my God.
we 1 year for Christmas, we did let her do indoor skydiving and she loved it.
Well, yeah, but yeah. Have you seen when they do I have no idea what it's called, but they have they jump off of a cliff and it has these wings and they go shooting through like the caverns and like really tight spaces. Have you ever seen that?
I can't watch that kind of stuff. It makes me
Oh,
have vertigo.
oh, okay. But, well, it's very exciting, but I'll just watch it
No,
on
it's
my
not. It's not. I
screen.
can't even. Oh, I can't. I can't even.
But
Too crazy. I think those are like those thrill seekers.
yeah, well, some people have that running through their blood. Like they
I'm a
just,
different kind of thrill seeker. Like my
okay,
thrill,
keep it clean, keep it
my
clean.
my thrill, my thrill is going back 2 weeks later and the shoes are still there. That's what I call a thrill. You know what else I call a thrill? Is making it home with everything intact and making it to the bathroom. That's a thrill.
This is what you have to look forward to when you get old.
That's right. That's right. And,
Oh my
and the
gosh.
funny thing is, I'm not even old.
You're
So,
not.
like, what's up?
You always be younger than me.
That's right. All right. Rolling on to our next date on this day in history, the first mailboxes were installed in Boston and New York City on your birthday. Isn't that
Wow.
amazing?
You know, the mail system, we talked about this the other day, but the US mail system is pretty incredible. It really
Yeah,
is when you
it's
think about
amazing.
it. And we're like, oh, a stamp. I don't even know what a stamp is now because I don't.
It's
What's
either 55 or
52 or something?
56 cents or something.
Well,
I
and
got to
when you,
tell you, the fact that somebody will come to your house,
yeah,
pick up a
and take it.
letter, take it and sort it and put it on a plane, take it to your house, take it out of the packet box or whatever bag, sort it again, put it in the right stack to go to your neighborhood, and then someone will literally hand deliver it to your mailbox for
It's incredible.
56 cents. My God.
Yeah, it's
What a
incredible.
bargain.
I know. I remember once I dropped a card in the mail on a Saturday and it was going to Hawaii. And my sister-in-law got it on Monday, which was incredible.
That's amazing.
It just
Oh,
happened to make it on
I'm
the flight, I
sorry.
guess.
Stamps are now 66 cents.
Okay, but I mean, it's like it really is incredible, and I don't understand how they sort the mail. I don't, I know it goes. I've
It's
seen
through
on.
machines and
I know.
it's based off of zip code.
But how does it read the zip code that fast? Because I've seen it going,
Magic.
and
Magic.
it's pretty incredible. Like,
Magic, elves, and witchcraft.
okay, all right.
I watch Lord of
Well,
the Rings. I know.
but it is pretty darn incredible.
Pretty amazing. All right.
Yep.
The next date is 1865. Lewis Carroll publishes Alice's Adventures in Wonderland.
Whoa.
I thought that was super cool.
That
Guys,
is really
I tried to
cool.
intersperse like a little bit of political stuff,
Yeah.
historical stuff, a little bit of literature, a little bit of arts, a little bit of music, all kinds of cool things.
Okay, so far, my favorites are the signing of the U.S. Declaration of Independence, because wow, right?
Yeah, right?
But Alice in Wonderland,
I know.
what?
Wouldn't it be cooler if he had named it Cheryl's Adventures in Wonderland?
Well,
I think he missed the boat, but maybe Alice was a real popular name back in the 1865s.
Cheryl is not a character name. It's not. It's just not. You hardly see. It's just not.
Yeah. Anyway, 1873. 1873, first trial run of San Francisco cable car, Clay Street between Kearny and Jones.
That's so cool. I love San Francisco. I love San Francisco. And then I forgot until we talked about it recently that we went there, right?
Yeah, we met in San Francisco. You flew in and I picked you up at the airport in the Matrix, which, by the way,
I remember the Matrix because we got stuck on a hill, everybody.
I killed it because it was a stick shift on a hill because we stayed at, was it the Mark Spencer or we stayed on I feel like we stayed on the top of Nob Hill.
I wish I could remember more of I remember us eating somewhere where we sat on the sidewalk, didn't we?
I hope we did because we were there in Chinatown. We were there for like an entire 3-day weekend or something.
I barely remember. God, and I love San Francisco. The only thing I remember is you stalling out on those gigantic hill in San Francisco.
Oh my God.
That is horrible, everyone. I'm telling you, it's like the worst feeling. Because you're basically almost vertical. It's so steep. That's what I remember. And I remember eating somewhere. I can't picture the hotel. I can't picture anything. We have to do it again. I love San Francisco.
Yeah, I can't remember. I'm going to have to Google where we stayed. I bet I still have it somewhere. But we stayed at the top of, maybe it wasn't Nob Hill, maybe it was somewhere else. But anyway, it was pretty cool.
Yeah, it was, but I don't remember.
Anyway.
What's the point of doing something if you're not going to remember it?
I know, right? I remember you
deep question.
You took me to where you used to live, and it was literally right down the hill from where our hotel was and up a little side street. We walked over there, and remember it was freezing.
No, I don't remember.
We were
Joy.
freezing.
I feel so bad because I do remember that. When I was 16, I was doing a show, a dance show, and I stayed at this residence inn where they provided breakfast and dinner in their cafeteria or whatever it was. Yeah, I do remember going and taking a look at. We must have pictures.
Well,
if you have any,
I'm gonna look back and see if I can find pictures. Because I'm pretty sure I do have pictures. They're probably on Shutterfly.
Okay, yeah, because we did that, and then we went to Santa Maria another time and stayed in the haunted hotel. I'm thinking about trips.
Didn't you come back to my
for your
birthday in San Francisco?
Yes.
Yeah, that was fun too.
That I remember clearly. I distinctly remember that. But like the trips with just you and I barely remember the San Francisco. Like what year was that?
Or what? I don't know. I'll have to look back. But we had the Matrix.
Oh, that's a good little clue.
Yeah, and that Matrix is still running, by the way. It's amazing. Anyway, I gotta keep going down my list.
Okay, let's go.
All right, this one's pretty monumental too. 1909, the U.S. issues the first Lincoln penny.
Wow. Okay. Yep. Okay. hooray, hooray. But I wish that we would do away with coins. Is that possible? Could we
I
do it?
love coins.
No, it's so disgustingly dirty, just like bills, but at least bills don't weigh as much as coins and just rattle all over the place. And I can't stand them. I want to get rid of them. We need to get rid of them.
You heard it here. You heard it here first, folks. They're dirty and we need to get rid of them. I mean, what about the subway? Subway's dirty too. Can't get rid of that.
Well, come on. It serves a purpose. I don't understand why we have coins. No, what? Why? Give me an argument for.
Every time I see a penny on the ground, it doesn't matter if it's in a puddle or not, I pick it up.
Ew. Do you put on gloves first?
Nope. First I lay down, take off all my clothes, roll around and shit. Then I pick up the penny and I take it home.
You get up with your mouth.
Yeah. I play a game. I call it bobbing for pennies.
Oh my God. And she's not lying, people. Okay.
Roaring on. I put this one in because you're of Japanese ethnicity. In 1918, Japan announces that it is deploying troops to Siberia in the aftermath of World War I.
On my birthday.
And in 1922, China is hit by a massive typhoon and 60,000 people die.
Wow, 60,000?
Isn't that crazy?
That is crazy.
Is also called a cyclone in different parts of the world and is also called, I believe, a hurricane in this part of the world.
Yeah, a hurricane or cyclone. And what's the other one? Isn't there another term? Tornado.
Wait, why does it sound like somebody is breaking all the plates in the
kitchen? my housekeeper is unloading the dishwasher.
Oh, okay.
And that would be Kevin. Would you rather live in a place that had earthquakes or tornadoes? Is tornado and hurricane?
Earthquakes.
No, hurricane is not.
Earthquakes.
Tornado is like a cyclone. Yeah,
no,
I know.
A hurricane is like a cyclone.
I thought a hurricane was like a big storm.
A hurricane is a cyclone or a typhoon.
What am I saying?
A tornado is a twister. God. No, I'm not. I'm leaving it in because it's funny as shit.
Oh my God. But no, when I see the footage of people like filming from their car and there's a freaking tornado like out, that terrifies me. Yeah.
That is crazy. I can watch that.
You can. Okay.
All right. In 1928, Benito Mussolini signs the peace treaty with what was at the time Abyssinia, which is now Ethiopia. Yep. In 1934, Adolf Hitler, on this day in history, becomes commander-in-chief of German armed forces. That's not a good day. That's a bad day.
Boo. Not on my birthday.
Here's another sad one. In 1937, the Marijuana Tax Act of 1937 is passed in America, essentially rendering marijuana and all of its products illegal.
1937.
Yeah.
And
listen to this. In 1945, after 3.5 days suffering exhaustion, lack of water, and shark attacks in the Philippine Sea, the surviving crew of the USS Indianapolis are spotted by Wilbur Chuck Gwynn, a PV-1 Ventura pilot, on a routine sector search. 316 soldiers had survived.
Wow.
3.5 days. And you know what? They were like, a lot of them were literally clinging to debris.
Do you know that it's my fear, I've told you this, to be out in open water? Not you, of course, the first thing that comes to your mind is shark attacks, but the thought that you can't see any land is terrifying to me. But I love watching movies or documentaries about survival on the seas because I just love it.
Well, they made a movie about it. and you can watch it.
And what
So
is
if
it?
you want, you can go and see, I don't know, but just Google 1945 USS Indianapolis bombing, and you can find the movie and watch it. It's really supposed to be a good film. And if anybody out there knows what the name of that movie is, why don't you write us an email and tell us what it's called? Anyway, there's some really iconic photographs from that movie that popped up when I was making this list.
Oh, okay. Interesting. Yeah. Wow. Okay.
All right. Roaring on 1961, the Beatles' first gig as a house band of Liverpool's Cavern Club. How cool is that?
So they got their first gig.
Yep.
Set them on their road to fame and fortune on my birthday.
Yep.
That's cool. Do you like the Beatles?
I love the Beatles. You know, remember in Pulp Fiction, they said you're either a Beatles fan or an Elvis fan. I'm a Beatles fan.
I don't remember that, and I've seen that movie a gazillion times. It used to be one of my top movies, but it got bumped out by Harold and Maude.
Oh, God.
I'm just going to haunt you with that movie.
You are.
Till the day we die.
You are. Oh, my God. All right, guys. So I'm going to skip over 1967, but I'm going to hit up 1973. American Graffiti, directed by George Lucas and starring Richard Dreyfuss and Ron Howard, premieres at the Locarno International Film Festival in Switzerland.
Oh.
Yep.
Yay. I mean, I'm not a huge fan of the movie, but I know it's iconic.
And the soundtrack was massive.
Well,
I love that soundtrack.
What kind of songs?
It's all 50s hits. Let's see. American Graffiti soundtrack. It's so good. The Great Pretender, See You in September, Ain't That a Shame, Heart and Soul, Good Night. Well, it's time to go. That'll Be the Day, To the Aisle, She's So Fine, and more.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So it's just so, like, it's literally the soundtrack to the 50s and 60s.
Cool.
So good.
Awesome. Sorry, my housekeeper's on his phone.
No worries.
My nanny. I can't call him a nanny because we don't have any kids.
Right.
But anyway, okay.
Your dog Manny.
Yeah, exactly.
So, guys, I had to hit up the 80s. 1986, American athlete Jackie Joyner Kersee beats her own world heptathlon record by 13 points in Houston, Texas. And everybody remembers Jackie Joyner Kersee because
of her nails.
Her nails. That's right.
And if anyone has nails like that, can you please write to Murder and Everything Else at gmail.com and tell us how you do personal things.
Yeah.
We'll just leave it at that.
Like how do you
hygiene?
Hygiene, yeah. All right. 1991, funk singer Rick James arrested on sexual torture charges. Did you know that?
No, I was gonna say I did not know that. I know he did drugs and whatnot, but I did not know that. Oh, he sullied my birthday.
What was the torture? Having sex with him? Like, oh my God.
I bet we could look it up.
Literally.
How dare he on my birthday be arrested?
Sully your special day.
Like he had any control over what day he was going to get arrested. Right. But nevertheless, I'm blaming him.
Right. Okay, up to now 1999, guys.
Oh my God.
The Sixth Sense, starring Bruce Willis, Toni Collette, and Haley Joel Osment, premieres.
Okay. I'm sorry, but this might have to trump the signing of the Declaration of Independence.
Really?
Because this movie is iconic. And I remember I lived in Oregon and we went to see it and I had no idea. One of the things I love more than anything in life is catching a movie before it hits the public and you hear all about it and there's spoiler alerts all over the place. That's one of the things I love. And I had no idea what the movie was about. And so it was amazing. Spoiler alert for anyone who has not seen this movie in 30 years. Um, the whole thing about he didn't know he was dead. M. Night Shyamalan started off he created this whole universe where everybody tried to do a play on that, where the character didn't know they were dead. It was iconic. He started that. Yeah. Did you ever see The Others with Nicole Kidman?
Yeah, that was a good film.
So oh, I'm so sorry. It's time to wake up.
Oh my God. It sounds like you live inside a church.
It's time for me to go to communion, and it's time for me to.
They're picking up the offering right now. Ding dong, ding dong.
Sorry, everybody. I must go and confess my sins. Anyway, I love The Others because they took that concept and put a spin on it. So that's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to spoil that one. But I have to say it's pretty cool. It came out on my birthday in 1999. I love that movie. Come on, you have to admit that he started the whole I don't know, I'm dead premise.
Yeah, that movie, I remember that movie. Like it was no longer spooky or scary once you figure out where it's headed.
Mm-hmm. Oh, like, I didn't. Did you figure out? I did not. I went with that ride, and she falls asleep on the couch, and the ring comes off, and I had no idea where it was going.
I started to wonder at one point, and I was like,
"Oh, good for you."
I was like, what's going on?
Yeah.
Because also I remember the breath indoors, like all the the breath, like you would always see her breath.
Yes,
and
yes,
like, and that I would be like, why don't we ever see his breath?
I never noticed. See, you're so good, Joy. But that is
I'm not an attention to detail person, but I remember thinking something's going on, and I go, and it's no longer like jump scary.
Yeah.
But at the beginning, like the first half of the movie, there were plenty of jump scares, and I was like, ooh. I was like, I don't know if I'm going to make it through this movie. And then about halfway through, I was like, wait, something else is happening here. And I said, I am totally here for it. And I felt like I was like, kindergarten cop. I had to like be on the case and crack the case.
I'm surprised that you saw that and The Others. You don't like scary stuff. I love scary stuff.
I know. I also saw, because of The Sixth Sense, I then went on to see like the next 5 or 7 M. Night Shyamalan films, because I was like, this guy is so good at, he creates something, but it's not what you're watching. It's something bigger. And I enjoyed that until we got to the one with the mermaid or the
Lady in the Water.
I had to pull the plug after that.
I know. Did you see Old? This a newer one. Yeah, don't watch it.
Okay.
But, and I've said it before and I will say it again. On Apple TV, there's The Servant, and it is so good, y'all. You have to watch it. And it's produced by him. He did use other directors. He's interviewed, and he said he wanted to give other directors an opportunity. That kind of went with his style of directing. But that series is so good. Anywho, I am so thrilled that was done on my birthday, that it released on my premiered on my birthday. I'm sorry, but so far, I'm sorry, Independence Day.
Declaration of Independence.
Independence Day is a movie.
Sorry, Founding Fathers.
I live in a movie.
Step aside, Founding Fathers. Oh, you scared me. Kid just walked into the closet and scared the shit out of me.
We're talking about scary stuff. That's why.
We're talking about scary movies. So I look up and see these eyes peering at me. I'm like, ah! And I'm a total froze. Like, I'm a person when I get scared, I freeze. I
Yeah.
can't. I literally just felt like my heart like almost stopped. Okay.
Oh my
So
gosh.
that's how I'm going to go, guys. Heart's going to stop and then I'm going to freeze and then I hear you everybody poops themselves. Anyway, roaring on to the next date. Ooh, I'm getting a little peep show here. And moving on to 2008, Breaking Dawn, the fourth book in Stephanie Meyer's Twilight Saga, is published by Little Brown at midnight with a print run of 3.7 million copies. Were you into the Twilight
No.
saga?
No, I tried watching the first one and I thought, and this was a long time ago, right? Yeah, 2008. And so I was much younger back then, as we all were. And I was like, let me see what this is all about. And I thought, this is for people much younger than me. I couldn't, I couldn't get into it. Were
Yeah.
you into it?
No, I went through the whole like remember Anne Rice and all of her vampires, like Interview with a Vampire, the Vampire Lestat and all that. I was very much like following that those
Yeah.
books. And then I watched the movie. I was super excited about the movie because Brad Pitt and who played the other vampire? Tom Cruise.
Oh, that's
Oh,
right.
yeah, and I remember there was a lot of these very the film was kind of like breaking ground because there was a lot of homoerotic like scenes where, the male vampires are like sucking each other's blood or whatever. And everybody was like, okay, this is great, like, they're actually going someplace with this where they're not trying to like make it a joke or make it creepy or it's like it's a very well done artistic depiction, but also it opens the door for more same sex stuff between men in other films. But then for whatever reason, I don't know, they didn't make any more
Yeah,
because
I
she wrote a slew of books, and I know people were really, really into the books. I only read 1 or 2 books, but I didn't get into the Twilight Saga because, again, I felt like it was more geared towards young adult reading,
yeah, that's exactly
age
how
group.
it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. All I remember
Alright.
from Interview with a Vampire is that Kirsten Dunst. I remembered her from after that movie, and she's so good. She's such a good actress now.
Yeah.
Um, but I do remember having to kiss either Brad Pitt or Tom Cruise in the movie, and she was only 12. Um,
Ew.
yeah, yeah. And I saw an interview where she talked about it a little bit, but I don't remember what she said.
Yeah, that
Anyway,
was definitely a different time, and I will say it probably shouldn't have happened, but
right?
that's
I know. There's a lot of things that shouldn't
well,
happen.
let me roar on to our next in on this day in history in 2012. American swimmer Michael Phelps wins an unprecedented third consecutive gold medal in the 200-meter individual medley at the London Olympics. Go
Yay.
Michael Phelps.
Where you got you because I know you said you're into the Olympics.
Yeah. Yep. There was a lot of Olympic stuff that happened on this day, just so you know. Because
Cool.
the Summer Olympics are always in the summer.
The only
Um,
thing I watch on well, I think I watched him, but is gymnastics and figure skating.
oh, yeah. I
Um,
think the one thing I don't watch is figure skating.
I used to. I don't even really watch his stuff anymore. But
I mean,
but yeah,
I'll
I
watch
remember.
it if it's on, but I don't look out for it.
Yeah, you don't make it a point to. Yeah.
All right. So in 2017, Great Britain's Prince Philip, this one's a little sad, age 96, makes his final solo public appearance before retiring from public engagements. And then he passed away shortly after. I think he was like 97 or something,
Mhm.
96, 97. So yeah, that was 2017.
You have always been uh, intrigued,
Huge,
enthralled
huge fan.
by. Yeah,
Huge
I have
fan.
not. So were you followed Prince? Did you like Princess Diana? Did you follow her whole thing?
Yeah, but like, I was not as like I wasn't as destroyed when she passed away. I don't know. I was in a different place in my life at the time. I was more into what was happening in my life, you know?
Yeah. But I know you were very much affected by the Queen passing.
Oh yeah. I love the royal family. I know that a lot of people find it very silly and ridiculous and all that, but I've always felt like I don't know, I find it so fascinating. I love reading about, royal history and I just love it.
Is it because there's an actual court? There's a king, there's a queen, there's a prince and a princess, like
Yeah, I
it's so
think
kind of magical.
part of it is because I do love like period piece, and so I love history. And so whenever I love all those depictions of things that happen, in like 1600, 17, 18, 19,
Mhm.
So I think it feeds a little bit of that, but also we don't have royalty in this
Mhm.
country, and I refuse to treat um talentless social media, what do you call it? Those uh
Influencers.
reality television influence people as royalty
Mhm.
because they aren't.
Right.
I think I find it fascinating, these are families and institutions that have like organized marriages and, you know, solidified relationships between countries through marriages and, you know, it's just so interesting. I
Hmm.
I think it's because it's so unfamiliar and so un-American. That's why I find it so interesting.
Yeah, so it's magical to you.
I don't know about magical,
Oh,
but
well, I have never had an interest in it.
uh,
Just
you're
want
like
to
Gabe.
state that for the
He's just like ho hum.
yeah, I never had any interest. I
Huh.
did feel sorry for I remember where I was. I was in downtown Portland and we were walking to a restaurant and the buzz was all around that she had just passed. Princess Diana.
So,
Anyway.
well, roaring on to 2018, Apple becomes the first American company public listed company to reach $1 trillion in value.
Wow.
And in the same year, TikTok, the video sharing social network, becomes available worldwide after merging with Musical.ly.
Oh, 2018.
Yeah,
That's not that long. They haven't been around that long.
I know. Listen to this one, 2019, a 7-year-old boy operated on after 526 teeth were found inside his
Oh,
mouth
ew!
in, in Chennai, India.
Oh no! I just got chills, like not good chills. That's disgusting.
526 teeth.
No,
Holy shitballs.
I thought you were
That
going to say
kid's
found in
gonna
his
get
stomach. How is that even possible?
that
I know
kid's
that my
gonna get a
sister.
lot of visits from the tooth fairy.
Oh no! Oh my God! That is gives me the most. Oh, so in Hawaii we call chi- um, goosebumps chicken skin. So I know that my sister is she has chicken skin right now because I do because
I
the the thought of that is okay. No,
love it.
yikes, yuck, what? How is that even possible to have that many teeth? It's like
Well, I
oh
bet
my
I bet you he had the best masticated food of anyone on the planet. They're
shit.
like, you are
His
definitely chewing all that food up before it gets to your
his
stomach.
parents never had to tell him to chew his food well.
Right? They're
My
like,
God.
could you please just do one tooth a night under the pillow because we're running out of dollar bills? Ah,
We're gonna have to take out a loan.
and by the way, if you're under 10 and you're listening to this, your parents are the tooth fairy.
Well, we told
Ah,
we warned everyone. This is not for
we warn
kids.
you. We warn you. That's
Don't
right.
even get us started on Santa Claus.
Next up, Santa Claus. Oh my God. All right. And in 2020, South Africa confirms over 500,000 cases of COVID-19 with over 10,000 deaths, the highest total on the African continent.
Yeah.
Isn't that
Wow.
crazy?
Yeah.
And the last one I have, guys, is in 2021, 70% of Americans had at least one COVID-19 vaccine shot. Isn't that great? And that was a target that our president had hoped to meet by July 4th. So that's my last on this date. And so, Cheryl, I just have to say you have a very memorable, very busy birthday.
Yeah, lots going on.
A lot.
Lots and lots and lots. I've had 2 vaccines. How many of you
have? I think
I
I've
didn't
had
get the third
4.
one.
I think I've had 4. Well, I think I've had 3 and 2 boosters.
Well, I don't know. That's another episode. Well,
I've had,
but
girl,
this is
I've
so
had
interesting.
so many.
And yet, nothing.
And yet, I have been sick for a month. But just in my defense, I have not had COVID at all in the last month. So the good news is I could still get it. The bad news is that I got 3 other things in this last month, just not COVID. So there.
Oh my gosh. Well, good for you. Well, that was very interesting and very fun. I am going to walk away with the image of this little boy with 526 teeth in his mouth. I can't even. Oh my God.
I know. I'm gonna Google a picture and send
it
to you.
Don't you dare. Don't you dare. Don't you dare. Don't you dare.
I can't wait. I bet he looked like a mixture between a Tyrannosaurus Rex, a great white, and like chompers. I mean, my God.
Chicken skin. No, stop. Give me another image. Quick, replace it with sunflowers and puppies.
You know what? I wonder how those soldiers that were shot down on the USS off that boat that was bombed in the Philippine Sea, how did they avoid the shark attacks? Because their legs are basically hanging down in the water.
I don't know, but we're gonna have to find out.
Well, I gotta tell you,
in that situation one day.
Thank you, Cheryl, for having a birthday show.
You're very welcome.
We could find out what happened on this day in history.
My honor.
And
I'll do it again next year.
Even though we didn't talk about murder today, you know what's a crime?
What's that, Joy?
That we are out of time.
On my birthday?
That's right.
Jahooty. All right. Well, thanks for listening, everyone. And don't complicate your day. All creativity, commentary, and opinions in this podcast belong to Cheryl and Joy. Music composed and mixed by Gabe McKeon. Logo and merch created and managed by Kevin Callan. Podcast editing and advertising by Joy McKeon. Legal representation provided by John Bojezek. Please like, subscribe, follow, and listen. You can listen to us on Spotify or wherever you get your podcasts. And remember, you can find us on Instagram and YouTube, and you can email us at murderandeverythingelse@gmail.com.
Bye, fishes.